viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about my March Spring 2020 Lux Box. I don't know how to say that correctly, Spring March. It's a quarterly Lux Box. It's a Canadian quarterly Lux Box that I've been getting for a really long time. I love it. So you get this 4 times a year, thus the quarterly. They cost $29.99 Canadian plus tax. It's like $32.77 or something like that. Free shipping in Canada, and you get between 5 and 8 products, I think. Sometimes they're full size, sometimes they're travel mini size, whatever. And it's usually really fun. It's usually enjoyable, and it's pretty much always worth the money. You also get charged the month before you get shipped. It will charge you kind of later on in the month, like mid-month. I think it has to do with when you signed up. Like, I've been with them for so long, I have no idea when I signed up, but that's when they charged me. And yes, and they just confirm your shipping and everything. Just make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. In this box, I got 7 items. Some were full size, some were travel size. So let's get into talking about it. 3 of the items were just skincare or just like beauty or whatever. So I'll talk about those ones first. First one in my box is this Belief Beauty Youth Creator Age Knockdown Serum. So this is a pore shrinking, anti-aging, and elasticity increasing serum. You get 10 mils in here. A full size of this that's about 50 mils, costs about $80 Canadian. You can get that in Sephora. So anyways, I like the smell of this stuff too. It does kind of smell very lemony, and I know that's not really good for you, but I do enjoy the smell. It's kind of like putting pine sol in your face, but I like it. But anyways, I actually kind of feel like I have noticed a little tiny increase in the look of my pores, or like my pores look better. I don't know how else to say that. I do find that my pores do look a little tiny better, and I do have this giant pore. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, oh, it's in there. It's there. It's one giant pore, and I don't know when it cropped up. It was like a year and a half ago, and it just showed up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And there's nothing in it. It's just a huge pore, and it is a little bit shrunk right now, and I've been using this for about a week and a half, I think. I think it's this. I don't think I've really been adding too much else, but I have used several masks. So one of which I'll talk about today and I liked, so maybe that has something to do with it. Next on the list is this Pretty Woman nail polish in the color Berry Wild. This is a staple of a lot of beauty subscription boxes. Pretty Woman. It's it's an affordable nail polish company. For the most part, I really like this formula. I think they're about $7.99 American if you want to buy them yourself, which is about $11.50, $11.47 Canadian. Most of the formulas I really like. Some of the darker ones I haven't dug. So this one I don't really dig. I don't dig berries to begin with anyways, which is, I know I'm wearing this, but just disregard that for a moment. This one, like, you can kind of tell it's thin. It's very, very thin, and it takes a lot to build it up, and it becomes quite streaky, and I just don't have the patience. And something that I really do like about Pretty Woman is, for the most part, they dry really, really quickly. Most of them dry really, really quickly, and they're really opaque. I like the shimmer formulas. I'm wearing one today. This was too streaky and too thin, so it kind of irritated me. I don't have the patience for it, and it's already bad enough. I gotta wait for it to dry, which I don't have the patience for to begin with, and then I'm just like irritated with it. So this one wasn't my favorite. That's okay. I'll probably still use it anyways. You get 10 ml in here, and yeah, it's okay. But I'll put that with like my 9 other Pretty Woman nail polishes, which I almost use exclusively, even though I have like 30 nail polishes. But I'll pick that over like any of those Essie ones and all that kind of shit any day of the week. Okay, last skincare item in my box is this Generation Clay Ultraviolet Brightening Purple Clay Mask. So this is, I don't have any video of me using it, I'm sorry. But I have used it. I do enjoy it. So this is a Superfruit Davidson Plum Mask. I don't know. I've never heard of that plum. But anyways, it's got a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to act kind of like AHAs and exfoliants and whatnot on your face. It's a clay mask. You know, it's like slightly purple tinged, which is, I guess. It burns a little tiny bit. It didn't damage my skin in any way, but I don't really have sensitive skin, so that's not really saying too much. So like, I have like the opposite of sensitive skin. Like, you can like beat it with a hammer and it's like, I might get a zit. You know, I don't know why hammers would give you zits, but you know what I mean. It has a lot of ingredients that I would probably shy away from, but I kind of have faith in like Belief Beauty, for instance, which obviously smells like it has a lot of ingredients that I was shying away from, like limonene and stuff like that. So this has a bunch of that in there. But I mean, higher up on the list is a whole bunch of herbal extracts and whatnot. And then you get lower and you get into all the citrus oils and the fragrances and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not very sensitive skinned or anything, so I don't think it would damage me, but I think that's something that you should take into consideration if you are going to use it yourself. So the Generation Clay Mask, it starts around $29.99 American, and that's about $43.07 Canadian. Next item on my list is a Lurancy Liquid Beam Multi-Purpose Illuminator. So this comes in a bunch of different shades. I happen to have it in copper. So this is an illuminator. So you're supposed to be able to put it on your skin, your eyes, your lips. It retails for $22 American. That's about $31.59 Canadian. By the way, our dollar is pretty whack. So I mean, my Canadian exchanges is just done by Google on the day of filming, so it can change. But yeah, with this whole COVID-19 thing, the dollar in Canada is getting a little bit crazy. So we'll see. Anyways, moving forward. So it's versatile. My problem with it is the actual formula itself is, it dries down, which is nice, but the actual formula itself is kind of like oily and it's sheer, which, I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise, but the color itself kind of dissipates and you're just left with shimmer. And then trying to get it to blend out nicely, you have to be really, really careful not to dislodge your makeup. I did put this on today. I tried it first on my bare skin and it didn't do anything but put a bunch of shimmer all over my sparkles and stuff like that all over my cheeks. And then I put it on my cheeks again after I'd put on my base makeup. It did a little bit better, but I felt like it was risking lifting up my base makeup, so I didn't want to build it up or anything. So the color didn't really pop or anything. There wasn't really too much to talk about. I do have more than just this on my cheeks today, but I mean, it's there. That's where I put it. I put a little bit on my lips and I didn't think it was quite enough, so I threw a little Fenty Gloss Bomb on over top of it. It's not a bad product. I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to poop on it or anything like that. I feel like I can find a use for this. Like, I think I want to mix this into something, like liquid products. I want to mix this in because I'm really, really into mixing things into my foundations and my concealers and whatnot. So I'm gonna see what I can do out of that one. I like the color. I just wish the color was less sheer or more opaque. I don't know, you can say it either way, but whatever. I wish the color was just a little bit more opaque. Okay, next on my list is another Lurancy product. Lurancy is another one of those really common brands that you're going to find in smaller subscription boxes. I've seen this in Lux Box. I've seen this in Top Box. I've seen this in several other boxes that I think I've since canceled because I didn't quite like it. And I've never seen these in stores or anything. So this is an American brand and that's that. You can't find it here in Canada. I might have seen it in the Winners at some point. But anyways, so this is a Lurancy liquid lipstick in the color Creed. This is about $20 American, which works out to about $28.72 Canadian. This is in a matte strawberry red. It's a nice lipstick. I'm wearing it today. It's not my kind of color. Like I don't dig colors like this all that much. It's too red. I don't like reds. Definitely not berries. We were just talking about no to the berries, but I do appreciate that they paired a berry. You know, they gave you some choices here at the very least in making this. It dries down really nicely. And you can actually like kind of blot it out a little bit. Like I prefer to blot out a little tiny bit on the edges. Mind you, I don't want to blot out with a red lipstick. It's not going to happen on a face like mine. With lips like mine, oh no, just going to look like a fucking dead fish that killed its brother first before it died. It doesn't stain. I like that. Colors like that typically tend to stain. And you know what, honestly, it's a color that I don't have. I don't have a color quite like that in my collection. I don't have a lot of reds to begin with in my collection. Mostly because I declutter them. And I probably will eventually declutter this, but I do have a small core of reds that are just kind of like unique and I don't see every day, so they'll probably go in there. Okay, second last item on my list is another staple brand in subscription boxes, Mascara. So I got this 3-in-1 Contour Step 3 Perfect Duo. So this is a little mini version of their full-size long-wear duo, which comes in 2 different colors. So I got Posh, and their full-size has another like rosier kind of one, like a blush type one. So this is their deeper version. Comes with a darker matte and then a lighter bronzer shimmer type thing. It's a highlighter. It's pretty much a highlighter, but it's kind of on the deeper side. I'm also wearing this today. This would retail for $24 American, which works out to $34.47 Canadian. So yeah, you get a matte bronzer and a shimmery bronzer highlight, and that's kind of cool. It's too small though. It's way too small, and you're just like, you're gonna pinch your little brush, and I don't hate it. Like I'm not gonna I don't want it anymore. It's also kind of sheer, and warm. So like you got to build it up to get a lot of color out of it, but it's warm. So basically I look kind of like brownie red after a while, and it's I like it for eyeshadow. I'm not wearing it today, obviously. I'm wearing the Fenty Moroccan Spice palette today. I put on blue and I don't quite look stupid. I don't look awful, I don't think. I hope not. But anyways, I really like the shimmer in this though. The shimmer. This is beautiful. I'm wearing it today. It's in conjunction with a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's a really nice, like, actual bronze shimmer. It's a little on the chunkier side. That's okay. I can get over it. But it's just an absolutely beautiful, like, bronze nude kind of shimmer. I highly recommend. Enjoy it. Highly recommend. Whatever. I enjoy it. I like Mascara. I've gotten a lot of products from them over the years through boxes. And I've actually gone and bought some of their products because of, you know, my experiences from my subscription boxes. So it's paying off. Some of their stuff is fantastic. Some of their stuff is like, it's like Lurancy, same thing. It's like any brand, to be completely honest. Everything I've talked about today, I mean, I think I've tried something from almost every brand that I'm talking about today, with the exception of the Generation Clay. And they all have something that, like, they all have like a banger and like a bunch of flops, you know? So I'm not gonna shit on Mascara because I don't think it's perfect. Whatever. Okay. Last item in my box was the most exciting thing to unbox out of this box. Oh, it made me so happy. I got the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the color Banana Bread. I was super excited about this. This retails for $45 Canadian. If I don't have to do the exchange, like if I can find this in Canadian, I will, and I'm not going to find American. I'm really sorry, guys. But anyways, so yeah, we're good. So anyways, I think they have a lighter shade, I think called Pound Cake. I could be wrong with the actual shade name, but they do have a lighter brightening shade. I think I want to get that one. But Banana Bread is perfectly fine for setting for me. Just like, I don't know, it's a little bit weird to bake with because it's just a little too dark. I like it. It's finely milled. It smells like a little old white lady. Yeah, it smells like a little old white lady's bathroom, like those little seashell shaped soaps that would be in a jar behind her toilet or something like that on top of a doily. It smells like that. Exactly like that. I actually really like that smell. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, it smells like somebody's grandmother. But anyways, my one and only complaint about this is the freaking mesh sifter. So this thing prevents you from getting a lot of powder, and it's really annoying. Okay, like it's hard to get. You can't build a whole bunch up on your sponge. It's really, really hard. So it's hard to bake. Like I bake certain areas really, really heavy, like strategic areas really, really heavily. I want to be able to pick up a nice big old piece of cake and stick it on there. So I'm probably gonna have to rip that mesh out, but otherwise I love the formula of this. I love the finish of this. It's not cakey. It really resists building up in here, and this is an area that winds up getting beaten pretty hard with a lot of powder just because of my oiliness. We just like work it out, but whatever. The texture of it reminds me of the Fenty Instant Retouch Setting Powder, only not cakey. So yeah, we got that going for us. That retails for 45 Canadian dollars. This whole box was only $30, and I'm just, I feel like a celebrity. So yeah, I highly recommend Lux Box. This, if you're Canadian, don't be trying to get stuff across the border. Maybe start ordering some Canadian stuff. Consider ordering from your Canadian brands, yeah? Yeah, come on, bud. Jeez. Hold my titty. You only get this 4 times a year. So you're only paying $30 times 4. So $120. Is that how it works? Yes. You're only paying $120 the entire year. And you're getting some pretty bomb items. And to be completely honest, I usually completely forget that I'm going to get this box because it charges you the month before, right? So you're like, oh yeah, the Lux Box. And by the time that actual like launch date comes, you've forgotten that you were going to get this in the first place. And then it shows up and you're like, oh, what a treat. Strongly recommend. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me while I talk about this Lux Box. I hope you guys all stay safe, stay indoors if you're able to, stay away from your granny and grandpa if you can, and bring them groceries and leave it outside the door. Anyways, I hope you guys are well, staying well, and we'll talk to you in another video super soon. Okay, bye. So you get this 4 times a month. No, because it's every 4 months. Yes, every 4 months. No, every 3 months. No, every 4 months. It's every 3 months. Wow. So you get it every 3 months. You get 4 boxes. I know what I'm fucking talking about. Let me get there. This is a staple of a lot of subscription boxes. A lot of oh, Jesus, it's everywhere. What the fuck did I do? So next item on my list is not quite it's not skincare, but I guess you put it on your skin, whatever. I'm also wearing this today. I'm hungry. This would, I don't know, I kind of bake certain areas pretty heavy, so I want to be able to pick it up. I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm just,